The first of them is that Diggs himself did respond to all of this. He went on, this was on Instagram. You see what he posted. I'd just be letting people cap. If them lies help you sleep better, tell them, big dog. I'm not sure exactly what lies he's referring to. He didn't practice. Of that, there doesn't seem to be any question. The other thing is we talk about the way this season ended. Well, for the first half of the season last year, look at his numbers. And then for the last 7 games, bear in mind, they won all 7 of those. His numbers fell off a cliff. So, Danny Orlovsky, I want to go to you because, I mean, you were a quarterback and you understand, you know, receivers want the ball. And all of a sudden, the guy who has been the star, he's gotten all the credit, he got the big contract. Now they're winning and he's not getting the ball and he's mad. How do you see this thing?
This is certainly something I do not see it as a big issue and or overly concerned. Graz talked about that playoff loss versus the Bengals. He had 4 catches, you know, and they put up 10 points. I just think this is Stefon Diggs being incredibly competitive, both individually and team success oriented. He wants to be what Jamar Chase was to Joe Burrow or is to Joe Burrow, what A.J. Brown is to Jalen Hurts, what Travis Kelce is to Patrick Mahomes. We have to go back and understand this as well. That last year was Ken Dorsey, their offensive coordinator's first year as a play caller. It was his first year calling games in the playoffs. Greeny, go back to last season when you and I would talk about the Bills on Monday mornings. And everyone would sit there and I would say their offense is 3rd and hope. It is really 3rd down and hope Josh Allen makes something happen on 3rd down. They were far too reliant on his special talent. So this is all a little bit of a growing process with who Stefon Diggs is in this offense under Ken Dorsey as their play caller. He's just a highly competitive player. I am not overly concerned about this. He will be playing for Buffalo and playing at an incredibly high level this season.
D. Wood, what's your number one question from all this?
Greeny, you already alluded to it, right? Why now? Why now? I mean, here we are, June 14th, and we got an issue where, you know, minicamp, we got mandatory minicamp. Teams usually go on vacation for 6 weeks after that, and now you have this big issue, seemingly from, you know, that's coming over from the end of the season all the way to this point. Why weren't these issues resolved after the season or early in the offseason? You know, I've always felt that championship teams know how to turn the page year to year. Each team is different each year. And for you to let last year spill over into this year makes me question, okay, what's going on behind the scenes? Because if you aspire to be a champion, you can't let these things bleed over into the next, in the quote unquote, the next season.
I think that's exactly right. And Danny, they didn't try to downplay it. So I understand why Orlovsky is saying. And do I think he's going to wind up getting traded? No, I'm not suggesting.
Well, the contract basically prohibits that.
But there's an issue. The fact that they're not trying to downplay the issue, and to D. Wood's point, they've had 5 months to deal with the issue, and they didn't to the point that practice came around, and the first time he was supposed to be on the field, he wasn't. There's something going on in Buffalo, and we'll see where it winds up leading them. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.